Evening, you join this eastbound Transpylon Express service at Manvic and you're driving as far as Leeds. Big pump punches here before departure. Center advance key. Relative to neutral. Headlights to day. DRE on because the signal up ahead is as danger. Quickly turn on my mouse capture so you can see what I'm doing. Head over here, acknowledge the TMS configuration so we can actually move. Our destination code for Newcastle is 9045. Okay. Register on the GSMR. So we are 1 Echo 78. Our signal 803 at Manvic. Open the doors with TNO. Yeah, don't expect to hear any announcements. The ATS 185 hasn't been updated for this route yet. Got a shed on a bin liner. And now we'll wait for our booked departure time of 18:52, which is in 2 minutes. So it's about to Manchester Victoria, speed limit 25 as we cross over onto the down slow towards Mount Platting. Next up is Huddersfield in about 25.5 miles. I'm trying to say Huddersfield. So tracks to the left are the up and down lines from Rochdale. Lines on the right are the merge link towards Bury and Oldham. Then the tram tracks beyond Victoria in the other direction go towards Shoot Hill, Piccadilly, South City Crossing through Exchange Square to St Peter's Square, to Ashton, Altrincham, Trafford Centre, Eccles, Media City, and the rest of the Metrolink network. And the route we're on is the Huddersfield Line by DTG, available on Steam. It's currently raining as booked for Manchester, because it wouldn't be Manchester if it wasn't raining. Turn down the game audio a bit. So climbing out of Manvic, we reach Colhurst Street, which is currently in use by GBRF. I think it's like stones or aggregate that's loaded here. And with the resident online 009. And speed has gone down to 30, which I forgot. Line to the left now goes off towards the Calder Valley, towards Rochdale and Tobin. We go right towards Stalybridge and Huddersfield. We will rejoin the Cardiff Valley at Murfield. So last time I was on this line, going from Rochdale to Manvic was Sunday the 20th of November. And both trains there and back were absolutely rammed. Because on the way into Manchester was a 4-car 195, was it 3? 4. 4-car 195 from Leeds to Manvic through the Cardiff Valley. And because the previous train was cancelled, everyone from the previous train from Blackburn to Southport had to fit into the next train from Leeds to Manvic. And it was absolutely packed. Also, the line through Altrincham to Blackburn also closed, so people kind of have to divert via Manchester to go via Bolton. Also, the service pattern on Sundays is one train from Blackburn to Southport, and then another one from Leeds to Manvic. So between Tobberden and Manvic have 2 trains an hour. But because the previous one was cancelled, there was only 1 train an hour. Oh, an hour between the last one and the next one. Also, I guess people were also going to the Christmas market as well, which has been open for a couple of weeks. Yeah, Christmas markets, if you go every year, it's basically just the same stuff. Like craft strip, clothes, scarves, beer, food. Also, because the Manchester Town Hall was closed for rebuilding, the markets were kind of spread out all over the city centre. I think the ones I visited were the one outside the Arndale at Exchange Square, the ones near M&S, near Market Street. I think that's it. I think what both of the markets was sweets, chocolate, Bratwurst, and I think that was it. I didn't really spend too much. And by too much, I think I spent like 30 quid, 40 quid in total. Yeah, if you haven't been to Christmas markets in Manchester, they are fairly expensive. Okay, the scenario is called 1 Echo 78 1812 Liverpool to Newcastle. As the evening peak is in full swing, operate this First Inspired Express service to Leeds from Manvic via the busy Huddersfield Line. So this is set in 2014. So calling points are Manchester Victoria, Huddersfield and Leeds. And our max speed is 100. And I'm pretty sure the maximum speed on the Huddersfield line is 85. Pretty sure it's 85. Marsden and Huddersfield. That was Ashton-under-Lyne. So stations on this route are Manchester Victoria, Ashton-under-Lyne, Stalybridge, Moseley, Greenfield, Marsden, Slough, Huddersfield, Deaton, Murfield, Ravensthorpe, Dewsbury, Morley, Batley, Morley, Costingley and Leeds. Line on the right joins from Guidebridge and Manchester Piccadilly. The fact that Dovetail didn't include this line is a massive disappointment. Well, at least ATS are working on the just Pennine merge, which is basically a merge between Liverpool Lime Street and Leeds via both the Chatmoss route and Warrington Central. This is Daily Vegas. The very nice pub on the left. On the platform. Also, the repeater doesn't work. You can clearly see the signal up ahead is playing single yellow, even though the repeater says the signal will be at danger. Also, I think we're falling behind a stopping train. Next signal will be Moseley. So next signal should be right around the corner, which I should presume as danger until I can see otherwise. Coming up now is Mosley Station. And I'm speeding again. It is Mosley, with fairly short platforms. Upon speed set, so if you're doing advanced speed set on the 105, you get the speed, you get to the speed that you want to do, then put the power to neutral, so notch 0, and then with the put it there for 4 seconds, and then put the power handle to notch 4, and then the speed set should kick in at the speed you're doing. So speed set has been locked in at 63 miles an hour. As we climb up towards Greenfield, and then Dougal Junction. So yeah, the Huddersfield Line by Dovetail. It is nice so we can have the full Huddersfield Line between Manchester and Leeds. It's a shame that the route looks a bit rushed and built poorly in places. And sure, I've heard other people like Joe Dobson and other streamers on Twitch complain about the route. But yeah, if you're going to charge like 25 quid for this, you kind of expect better track lane and the proper assets to be in there. That was Greenfield. Next station will be Marston, where we will cross into Yorkshire. So the passenger view, very nice. With the original seat maquette that first had. So that's 105 is in Dynamic Lines, which was the third delivery that the 105s had, because the first delivery was like all over blue that they were delivered in. Then some of the original 105s were delivered in Barbie, like the 156s were at the time, I think. But like first Barbie, like on the 360s and the 323s, and 156s. Yeah, it didn't last very long. Before all the 105s were put into Dynamic Lines delivery, and up until 2016, when the Japan franchise was entirely taken over by First. So now all the 185s are in the stained glass livery, with the grey and the blue and the red. So if I had to pick between Dynamic Lines and stained glass, I'll probably pick Dynamic Lines. I think it suits the 105s better. Okay, I think we're going to be held here until the train in front has passed through Stanledge Tunnel. Oh, the rain stopped. The rain stopped, which is nice. So this is the conjunction, which is missing its signal box because dovetail. And speed limit is 60 miles an hour. Look on screen. So now starting to pass through is Dundas Tunnel. When we get out on the side, we will have left Lancashire and gone into Yorkshire. So leaving Dundas Tunnel, we are now in Yorkshire. Marsden Station is literally right around this S-bend. So not far to Huddersfield, only 7 miles. This is Marsden. Yeah, real life, Marsden is a pretty little station. You can see a great view of the Pennines. Speed limit now 70. Quite a sunlight coming in the cab, even though it's cloudy. Must be a bug. Speed limit now 85. So we're now on the descent into Huddersfield. Yeah, I did love the 105. Very nice units. Yeah, Imbue did a really good job with the model, and then ATS did a really good job with the scripting and the sounds, and basically everything else. Yeah, one day the announcements will be updated to work with the Middle Main Line, the Hop Valley, this route as well. Now passing through Slough. Yeah, if you go here and say Slaithwaite, you will be murdered. It's Slough, not Slaithwaite. Slough. Next station will be Huddersfield. And if you don't know why it's called Huddersfield, it's because Huddersfield has 2 station cats, Felix and Bolt. So if you take Huddersfield and Floof, you get Huddersfield. I think overall scenery-wise, Dovetail did a fairly decent job with it. Yeah, I really can't wait for the ATS Transpennine merge. So you can drive all the way from Leeds to Liverpool. And everywhere in between. Because I think one of the working timetables, I think it was like 2014, 2015. On Sundays, I did see a service that went from Liverpool through Warrington to Manpick and then continued through to Stalybridge and terminated. I think it was because the Huddersfield Line was closed for enduring work. Which I think is really interesting, because how many times do you see Stalybridge in the Duster on a 185? Now we're approaching Huddersfield, which is less than a mile away. Line for the right joins from Sheffield through the Penistone Line. And Huddersfield Station is just at the end of this tunnel. So we're cleared into platform 8. Which I think is basically all. I think it's the platform that all through trains use that go towards Leeds. Because platform 2, 4. Oh, the one straight ahead. The platform straight ahead is mainly used for 208 trains. It's only platforms 1 and 8 are used for through trains. And then PV on the left, just stabled. Yeah, I really do need to do more scenarios with the what's it, APT? MPV. I think I would have made like 1 that's released. Arriving into Huddersfield. So departing Huddersfield, next stop is Leeds at about 17 miles. I'm speed limit 70. Yeah, look at the pacer. It would be really good. Would be really nice if someone came along and did like an updated pacer, like the AP pacer pack that had the 141, 142, 143, and 144 in all their liveries. That had more destinations, better sounds, more features, more bounce. But yeah, no, AP has a lot on their plate. I think the last in development screenshot they showed was, I guess I'd say, an update to the weather EP. Because the screenshot had fair cloud, but with different, more realistic clouds instead of the default clouds. That sentence was horrible. No, passing through Dayton. Dayton? Dayton. I don't know. Yeah, last time I was through here was when I went to Doncaster to film a bunch of 91s before they all went. It was on a 158. It was fairly quiet when I got on at Rochdale. It started getting busy after, I think it was Tobden or Hebden Bridge. I think it was actually a bit packed when I got into Leeds. So 158 gone, I went from Rochdale through Brick House and this bit to Leeds, and then changed for an Azuma to Donny. Also, going from Leeds to Donny was the first time on an Azuma. I thought it was pretty nice. Train was clean, wasn't that busy. The train I got was the 9:15 from Leeds to King's Cross, which actually fairly quiet. I think it came from Harrogate. Came in from Harrogate through Horsforth into Leeds, reversed, and then headed towards Donny and King's Cross. The seats in the Azumas weren't great, they were pretty rock hard. Then for the left joins from the Calder Valley, from Brakehouse, Tomberlin, Rochdale and Manrick, and also Blackburn, Preston, Blackpool, and so on. Basically the northwest. Next station will be Murfield. Someday we will have Calder Valley in TS, and it'll be amazing. Because what we could do with the Calder Valley is merge it onto the Transpennine network, because Transpennine do use Calder Valley. I think it's for like early in the morning. Like, I think it's like between 11 PM and 4 AM. Transpennine trains to the Calder Valley. I guess it's to keep up driver retention for like diversions. I think it's mainly Manchester Airport to York trains. So the train will start at Manchester Airport, go to Piccadilly, through Oxford Road, reverse off a Crescent to keep up route retention in case the also quad is closed, through Manvic, through Rochdale, Tobberden, Brick House, and then into Leeds. Also, if you're going to merge the Calder Valley with Chet Moss, you could also do Leeds to Warrington Bank Quay, because in 2019 Northern introduced a new service between Leeds and Chester. So we go start from Leeds through Bradford Interchange, through Heaven Bridge, Tomden, Rochdale, Manvic, over Chatmoss through Earlstown, and then into Warrington, and then continue to Chester via Frodsham and Helsby. This is Ravensthorpe. Then to the right, go towards Wakefield Kirkgate. Next station will be Dewsbury, which we'll be passing through the middle of in the centre road. Okay, so current projects. I'm currently working. So current projects in Test Classic. So I'm currently working on a few scenarios for the East Coast Main Line between Newcastle and York, which is a revamp created by Sperm of Zeus. You might know him on Twitch. I'm also working on, I just finished developing a payware pack for Chatmoss set between 2017 and 2019. Just going through a testing with a couple of testers I picked out. Yeah, even sell it for like a £5 on ATS. This is Dewsbury. Next station will be Batley. This is Batley. Next station will be Morley. So yeah, for a while the Huddersfield Line was basically dominated by 105s. Batley Box, which is missing. So yeah, the Huddersfield Line was completely dominated by 105s. I think it was between 2015 and 2019, somewhere around there. Until the AT2s came in. Leaving the tunnel, we are now passing through Morley. Which actually looks pretty nice. Yeah, the blank destination indicators on the platform, they still annoy me. That they just left blank. speed limit is 75. Next station we'll pass through will be Cottingley. And the station after that will be Leeds. So Leeds in about 3.5 miles. Now passing through Cottingley. Yeah, we'll just coast into Leeds. We shouldn't need any more power. Winding up 50 as we get closer to Leeds. Over the top will be the East Coast Main Line from Wakefield and Doncaster, and back station King's Cross. Line for the left joins from the Cardiff Valley through Bradford Interchange. Now coming up on Whitehall Junction, we'll join the line from Harrogate, Skipton, Ilkley and Bradford Foster Square. I think Dovetail's next route would make sense, or could be the Leeds, Bradford, Ilkley, Skipton triangle because it's a self-contained network. We could also get a 333, which would be really cool. So you could like reskin into a 332 for the Heathrow Express. Line to the right goes towards Cottingley. And Leeds is shut on the corner. So we're cleared into platform 12. So if you haven't been to Leeds, Leeds is a massive station. I think it has like 18 platforms, numbered 0 to 17. It is pretty big and very, very busy. Basically serves as the hub for the northeast. So we got a Sprinter on the left, HST in platform 8, Pacer in 13. You know, like proper traction. Because today is just 195s and sprinters and Azumas. Doesn't really feel the same. And rival into Leeds. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video from Manchester to Leeds. Like the video if you're so inclined. Subscribe to see more interesting content. I'll see you in the next video.